My brothers and sisters in Christ, in our first reading today, St. Paul unlocks the meaning of the law and its fulfillment in a way that eluded Jesus' opponents, as we see throughout the Gospels. And that is when he summarizes that all of the various precepts of the law, even of the many laws of the Ten Commandments, ultimately all come down to love your neighbor as yourself. And the difference is for others, and this isn't just to blame the Pharisees, we can be guilty of this and are so often guilty of this ourselves, is when we see the precepts or the requirements of love as just what am I required to render or extend? And this approach from the beginning is one that's actually focused on the self. Even though it's a question pertaining to another, it's what am I required to do? How far am I required to go to help this person or to do right by this person? Whereas love is an exercise of willing the good of the other before oneself. That is true charity. And so all the precepts of law get summed up of, when I look upon my neighbor, do I will their good? Do I put their good beyond my own? Or am I putting myself first and just willing to throw out what I'm willing to give to others? That's a love of self before others. All the precepts of the law and the law of the gospel is, no, when I look upon my neighbor, what can I do for my neighbor? How can I seek their good? And so this culminates not just in the precepts of the law towards neighbor, but what we hear in today's gospel passage, this strong statement about the need to hate, mother and father and sibling and this and that. And of course, this is an idiom in the particular language that's used of extremes. Of course, Jesus is not advocating hating our family members. What he's saying is to the extreme of setting aside anything, anyone else for God's sake. So if I make the statement, I love God, do I really? Because if I truly mean I love God, then I put God before myself. Often if I say I love God, it means I'm fond of God, he's important to me, but my choices reflect that I love me. First and foremost, I love me. And so I do what I want to do. I want what's convenient for me when it's convenient for me. This is contrary to the law, whether we're talking the Mosaic law or especially the law of the gospel. Instead, we're asked, no, don't put yourself first. Put yourself last. What is true love? To love as you have been loved by God, who has done everything for you, to the extent of pouring out the blood of his own beloved Son for us. In turn, what do I dare to hold back from God? Is there anything I would not give up for God? If we're honest, we'll find things that we aren't willing to do, and this is where sin still reigns in our lives. But instead, we're asked to give up even the most extreme thing. Would I be willing to hate or to let go of mother and father, my spouse, my family, my career, my material possessions, my reputation, whatever it might be? Would I be willing to give it all up for God? And if not, what is in the way? Because that is the obstacle to my sanctity. May God bless you all.